well, little lady, let me elucidate here.
Antiheroes are a staple of the creative arts. Some of the most well-known antiheroes from classic literature are Shakespeare's Macbeth and Hamlet. But what purpose exactly does an antihero serve to connect us to the story? To start, an antihero is incredibly different from most examples of protagonists. Antiheroes usually follow one of two formulas: acting in an unethical way for a benevolent goal, or acting ethically but for their own self-benefit or a hidden malevolent reason. In the 1998 5-episode documentary Boiling Point, Chef Gordon Ramsay is using the first formula as he navigates the creation of his new restaurant in Chelsea, England, aptly titled Restaurant Gordon Ramsay. From the very beginning of the documentary, we learn the goal of Ramsay: to achieve his 3rd Michelin star and become the youngest chef ever to do so. Now that the viewer knows the goal, it's up to us to decide whether we have sympathy for him or be completely revolted by his actions. Throughout the documentary, it is very difficult not to have sympathy for him. Towards the 3-quarter mark of the show, we discover that Gordon originally had the dream of signing with the football team, the Glasgow Rangers, but the coach decided that he was not up to his standards. But through sheer determination, Gordon, in a little amount of time, managed to score an apprenticeship with renowned chef Marco Pierre White. White would also continually speak throughout the documentary about Gordon, acknowledging his overzealous competitive drive, his willingness to listen to his advice, even when Ramsay was no longer an apprentice under him, and his passion for the art of cooking. Gordon's passion, even when presented with the most glaring of obstacles, is also admirable and continually evokes sympathy from the viewer. Throughout the entire documentary, the amount of obstacles Gordon faces is absolutely endless. His dire financial situation.
I feel like I'm standing in the middle of Soho with my knickers down. Yeah, I mean, let's face it, I'm strapped. There's no two ways about it. I'm strapped for cash. I'm a little bit behind. Bills, and so when someone's offering that kind of fee to promote an apple, the last time I touched a brownie apple was probably with Mum's roast pork.
Critics writing poor reviews due to his bad behavior in the kitchen.
6 days after he was ejected from the restaurant, A.A. Gill has retaliated. His Sunday Times column describes Ramsay's eatery as hideous and its owner barely house-trained.
The whole reason behind asking him to leave the dining room was just for this particular reason. And lo and behold, a week after he's been thrown out, he's already become personal already. And he's made it quite clear that we're in for another personal attack next Sunday. So there's a huge contradiction here. This was not done on a PR stint. This was one man's opinion, my own opinion, the fact that I don't respect him as a critic any longer. I do not wish him in my dining room for the next 20 years. And this is the reason why.
Unknown cameramen following him to see if his temper snaps.
A week to go before the opening, and the media are tripping over themselves. But not all the publicity is good. A TV documentary investigating bad bosses has secretly filmed Ramsay verbally abusing his staff. An unidentified camera crew has made Gordon jittery.
So I'm actually being haunted at the moment by Granada television for Bosses from Hell. And the programme comes out on Tuesday night, and if they're from there, then I'm going to go.
Well, can we go to...
Yeah, but I'm just going to find out where they're from first. Nothing to do with Granada. No? I'm actually tied up in an interview right now, so
Right.
I'm not really available for an
Aren't
interview,
you?
to be honest, no.
Not even for a couple of minutes?
No. I mean, I knew nothing about it, so I don't really want to...
No, well, we
do you
didn't
mind?
know you'd be here.
Sure. So therefore you weren't expecting to talk to
No.
me, so you don't need me on
It
there.
was just a bonus, if you would.
Fine, okay,
All right.
but I'm very wary. I mean, a TV crew just turns up and they start filming the front, and they're here because they want to do it for German television. They're both English, and she's got hairy armpits, and I don't believe her. Full stop.
Unexpected Michelin star visits.
As is customary, the Michelin visit was unannounced.
Yeah, we'll have two more inspections, but we may not even know. They could be in for lunch today. They could be in for dinner tonight. We'll never know.
Servicing a banquet.
5, voilà. Bien.
Arrêtez là. Chut, arrêtez. Patrick Didlot, il attend et il bloque les maîtres d'hôtel à l'entrée du S.
Jean-Claude Richard, over. I am here with the chef.
Gordon?
This is the cause of the delay. The food can't be served until announced by these performers, and they're not nearly green enough yet. It's a French thing.
That was appalling. That was appalling. Someone offered me 50 grand for the next dinner, I still wouldn't do it. I think to how many times they give Darren a bollocking because he can't even cut the sea bass straight. And he cooks it to perfection, but he can't even cut it straight. And here we sent out 357, 300 Marcus's kitchen, all overcooked, because we're waiting for a goddamn cockroach to get dressed before he ran into the dining room. What's the most important? For me, sod the cockroaches, stick them out in the garden and serve the food first.
I mean, the list goes on and on. Yet, through all the strife and grief Gordon goes through, he manages to keep trying to control what he can control, treat his critics like any normal customer, and evolve his food in ways that I never seen anyone do. Ramsay is an incredible perfectionist in every step of the way, but this perfectionism leads to severe problems with his staff. You can often lose sympathy for Gordon when he has outbursts like this.
And young man, you can't stand the salary, not enough money, do you know what you can do? Write your notice and right off, with pleasure. When I turn on some I wash my hands clean. Okay, Commie? We good. Feel happy now, less stressed? Want a little cry? No, go on.
However, after watching Gordon struggle with chasing after his third Michelin star, you can see how desperately he wants it, and his work ethic is something that does not necessarily forgive those actions, but lessens the blow. What most people will hopefully see from this documentary is that Gordon wants everyone to be up to his standards when they are working with him, and that is phenomenally brutal, but exciting to watch. When everyone around Gordon is cooking and performing at his level, it is inspiring and makes you want to improve your standards as well. Even after we discover that Ramsay did not achieve his third Michelin star, there is no doubt that his hard work ethic was at fault. Thanks for watching.